I have seen all over the internet the news about the new partnership, collaboration. How would you call the new stuff? Because I've been here last year. I have seen the RoboDog from Boston Dynamics. I have seen it working with your devices. So what's new?
So in 2021, we released the BLK ARC. With this release and the integration of Boston Dynamics Spot, we have developed the integration on the Boston Dynamics Spot. We have developed a software which is called BLK ARC UI, where we are focusing purely on using the Spot as a platform, as a carrier to scan.
Okay.
Parallel to that one, there was the Boston Dynamics Spot app. This was the application, the UI, the control of the Boston Dynamics Spot itself. But we have not been integrated into this one. Since the release of the BLK ARC and the Boston Dynamics Spot, both have proven that those are the world-leading devices. A quad-leg robot as Boston Dynamics Spot, the BLK ARC as a mobile laser scanner. The obvious next step was to merge them together. And this is what this announcement is all about.
Okay, so you don't actually need two apps for operating the
Correct.
robot? You need only one, and it's from Boston Dynamics, and you have already integrated the...
Correct. So
Okay.
Boston Dynamics have integrated the BLK ARC into the Boston Dynamics Spot app and into their Orbit, which is their fleet management software.
Okay.
So this has two fantastic advantages. First of all, imagine you have multiple payloads. Now you have a camera, you have maybe a noise sensor, you have a gamma radiation sensor, and you have the ARC as the reality capture sensor. With this new integration, you can manage all this payload through the Boston Dynamics app. So you can take a picture with a spot cam while you walk, while you scan. You can make a gamma radiation measurement while you walk, while you scan. So this combination is fully integrated into this ecosystem of Boston Dynamics.
Great. I'm wondering about how far are we with the automation? Let's say this hole at Intergeo. Are we there yet that it is able to scan the whole site autonomously?
The Boston integration is designed that you teach the robot where to walk.
Okay.
So this has several advantages, because when you teach a robot to walk a stair, you know that he's able to do it. And once he has learned it, and once maybe you have seen during teaching the best scanning position, maybe to do even a static scan with the BLK ARC, maybe that you can do a gauge reading at the same time, which is the perfect location. Once you have repeated this or trained this path, then you can repeat it constantly and again and again and again. And very important, if you have trained it today and you want to scan in a year again, you can use this called auto walk again. And you can run with Orbit, you can run scheduled missions. You have the spot in the docking station, and then you can say at 2 p.m. you want to walk this path. And at midnight, because it's on a construction site and empty, you can follow this path.
That's
or
perfect.
if you're on an automotive factory and you want to go into a RoboCell, and this is only open between 12 and 12:30 during lunchtime, you can plan this walk during this time. So these huge advantages are all available, but it requires that the robot once has to see this, or has to learn once this path he has to walk.
Makes sense. What about the speed? I understand that there are many different type of sites. Like we cannot say exactly the speed or amount of square meters that we can scan in 1 hour, because these sites are very different. But can you say like something similar to how we can explain how fast it is?
So, as you said, typically we have 1,000 square meter plus per hour. This is the rough figure what I always tell to customers. But for me, as you said, maybe there are many more small rooms which slows you down. For me, it's always, the answer is it takes as long as you would slowly walk through this environment as well. So if you would slowly walk through every room, through every corridor, into every RoboCell, anything like that, once you do that one. And this is the amount of time we require for scanning as well.
Great.
But the good thing is, as a human, you are limited to your working hours and things like that, or to your breaks, what you have to do. A robot can perform that one at night. So this, if it takes even longer, and the BLK ARC has the advantage to densify a dynamic scan with static scans. So you can really get 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter thick cables and pipes in a scan, which is very unique for a mobile scanner, because the level of details the ARC can scan with a static scan is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's, if you want to have more details, the walk takes slightly longer, but the robot doesn't care.
How does it decide how much time to spend in some room, for example? I'm scanning a hall with a lot of rooms. It walks into the room and sees some windows there. How does it decide the track inside the room?
Unfortunately, this is not done automated yet. But when you do the auto walk, you are in this room and you then decide, oh, there are many small details. I would scan here for 1 minute.
Okay.
In the other room, there is nothing. I just do a round with a dynamic scan. So this is the level of competence of the guy who plans this auto walk, who can decide. And this is the full flexibility. So
perfect. Okay, if you should tell like 3 most important things about this integration, what do you think is the unique selling point? But let's go with 2 or 3.
Okay, for me, very important. You mentioned at the beginning, it's one app. Simplicity is key for a customer. So if they don't have to work for scanning with this version and then for doing camera measurements with another one, you have all in one package. This is huge.
Yeah.
Existing Spot users, they just can mount the ARC on Spot. They can use the existing auto walks. So imagine someone has a Spot since 1 year, have planned all their roads in their factories already. You can use these auto walks, these existing ones, and just add some scanning actions to it.
What's your real experience? Like those companies that are already using Spots, are they using it just to film the area, or
no,
what are they using it for?
Very often it's about predictive maintenance.
Okay.
So they walk through, they read gauges, they take photos of the environment. But the demand of 3D, I don't have to tell you how important that is. And this is a racing demand.
Yeah.
And again, imagine you have done a lot of work for the entire factory, a car manufacturer with 20 production halls on site. You have all the auto walks existing. Now, you just add to these auto walks just a scanning action. You don't have to retrain everything. Just add a scanning action to the existing one, and then you're ready to go.
That's really
so
great.
The efforts to integrate scanning into existing workflows is almost zero, which I like.
Perfect. Do you have anything to add to some special features that it has?
And then, of course, I mentioned it before, the scheduled missions is something I got to hear very often. Because if you have a robot on different sites, you want to operate it in areas where no people are. This is at night, and you as operator, you don't want to wake up, so you want to plan a scheduled mission. So
what happens if it gets stuck somewhere? Do you get a notification to
the app?
They
get notifications, but normally, if he can't continue, he will return to his docking station. So even then, there is no big issue.
Can you help it remotely? Like if
it
gets stuck somewhere,
yes.
You are sleeping at home, but you get a notification.
Yes. You can
then
go into a fleet management software and guide him back.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect.
And then lastly, this is again the beauty of the BLK ARC, is his size and form factor. His size and form factor allows him not to put only one scanner, and that's it. You can put it as well, the BLK ARC, next to the arm of Spot to open doors.
Okay.
You can put it next to the camera, to noise sensor, to anything. So you could load multiple payloads next to the ARC, which makes it, again, very unique. Typically, other reality capture payloads only allows to have one sensor, the reality capture sensor, but the little tiny ARC of 19 centimeter in height and 690 grams, I have to say it, sorry.
No, okay,
690 grams in weight is just nothing for a Spot who can carry more than 10 kilos.
Sure, thank you very much for this
Appreciate
talk.
it.
I really like the solution. Like I think it is the future.
Me too.
I'm really looking forward what showcases you will have and demos.
Me too.
It's
I
really
love
great.
it.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks.